Our John Canzano was the first to report that Jonathan Smith will be the next head football coach of the Beavers. The school has not made an official announcement, but here's what we do know about Smith. He's the co-offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at the University of Washington since 2014. He was at Boise State before that and an offensive coordinator at Montana in 2010 and 2011. Beaver believers know Smith well. He was the quarterback at OSU from 98 to 2001. He was a walk-on who led the team to one of its best seasons in program history back in 2000. It was an 11-1 record and a Fiesta Bowl win. Our John Canzano gives us his take on the Beavers going with one of their own.
I think what Oregon State did is they picked the romantic story. This is a romance story, Oregon State and Jonathan Smith. This is a guy who walked on at Oregon State, didn't even have a scholarship when he went there. He's 5'9", takes him to a Fiesta Bowl. The walk-on's got the keys to the place now. That's the guy you hire. I think it's a great story.
After his final season in 2001, Smith was a graduate assistant with the Beavs. He's 38 years old and doesn't have head coaching experience. Back to you.
Oh, but he brings so much, Orlando. We want to bring in
I knew you'd be a fan of that.
Joey Harrington is here joining us down on the square because you played against Jonathan Smith during your time with the Ducks. Yeah, three Civil Wars, you said.
Yeah, exactly. I'm lucky to say we got the better of him on 2 of those occasions, but he also played a 4th one that I didn't, so he was 50-50 on his. Look, I love this hire. It is the perfect hire at the right time for Oregon State because what Oregon State has going right now is a lack of momentum and a lack of facilities. And if you're going to have somebody come in and recruit, which is what you have to do, you got to have some charisma, you got to have a name, or you got to have a connection, and that's what Jonathan has. He has a way to inspire the boosters to improve the facilities, a way to tell a story to the recruits, to say, here's what I did, and I changed the program, come with me, and let's do it again. Look, this is the perfect guy at the perfect time, at a time for Oregon State when they are really trying to keep from falling off this cliff.
We heard a lot of names since we heard Jonathan Smith early on.
Right.
Dennis Erickson, there was talk of Mike Riley maybe coming back. What do you think happens moving forward?
You know, maybe they come onto a staff. I don't know. I can't speak to what Jonathan is thinking in terms of putting it together. I just know that I love the idea of a young hire. Dennis Erickson and Mike Riley, they've been there. They've had their time. But Jonathan brings a freshness. He brings a connection. He knows Corvallis, and he knows what it takes to turn that program around.
And I love the story of your friendship, which started when you were co-grand marshals
of the Starlight Parade. Yes, we were. It was right after they'd cleaned our clock in the Civil War that year, and so I was I had my guard up. But unbeknownst to us, our moms were sitting back at the starting line and conspiring to become best friends over the next year. So my mom and Jonathan Smith's mom would have lunch weekly, and I didn't even know about it until the end of the season.
Oh, and then over the years, you did start up a friendship with him and have stayed in touch with him.
Absolutely. I talk to him every once in a while. He's a fantastic guy, a wonderful story, not only as a football player, but as a person. He's overcome so much, has done such a fantastic job in his career.
At every level.
Absolutely. Everywhere he's gone, he's had success.
So despite all of the names we've heard along the way, Joey, this one feels like a name every Beaver fan can really get excited about.
Well, if you don't know Jonathan Smith, you're not a Beaver fan. I mean,
this
is
right.
The one hesitation I'm hearing, Joey, is no head coaching experience. But what I say to that, this young man has succeeded in everything he's taken on in life. You can't be a walk-on and succeed without some major stuff behind you.
Well, and frankly, to take this job and turn the program to a place where they want to go, he's got to have a little bit something outside the box. And you know what? If he doesn't have head coaching experience, that's okay with me.
Kathy, as you said, though, the first thing Jonathan said to Mike Riley when he was recruiting him was, I want to be a football coach.
Want to be a football coach? Riley said, come to Corvallis and walk on.
Now he is.
The rest now is history.
There you go.
All right,
Thanks,
Joey, thank you.